Welcome, friends. It is I, your Scarf, and it's time for the vlog. In the background is Dad76 footage that I was using for the guide, and there's also footage of Lucio. Pretty good games in there. That's why they're there. Dad76, very fun hero to play. Everyone's saying, did I say he's not a hard god? I think I said guy, but there was a hard D in there because of god. But maybe I did say god. I'm not checking it right now because I just remembered it right now. So not going to restart this vlog just to check that. Okay, so Dad76 is out. Lucy is going to come out next week. My plan is just make every guide. Just try to get one every week. Get every hero out and then go from there, see what happens. And I don't know, like, we can see the viewership difference between Smite and Overwatch, but I was doing Smite for 3 years. Like, Overwatch is the new thing, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Oh my god, I love everything they've done with the balancing, with the lore. I really like a lot of the skins. I really like what they've done with Overwatch. I'm liking it a lot. I'm enjoying it a lot. Some games aren't so fun. Some games are very fun. Really depends on how your team's working out. But for the most part, I am enjoying the hell out of this game. Nothing feels wrong or out balanced in this game. The one thing, of course, is everyone just feels like Genji is the ridiculous character. And he is, because he counters so much stuff. But I still feel like he can get countered, but it's just you have to get specific things to beat him. And there's stuff like that. Like, the pros just say Genji is strong, and they recognize that, and that's why they use him. They actually say that. They don't say they're just good. They say they're good, of course, but they're using Genji because he's just such a great hero to play. And so because of that, I'm thinking maybe we should do a series on Genji. Like, maybe once a week, like every Monday. Learning to Genji. Like, maybe a series on learning how to Genji because he's such a strong hero. And since he is, you know, you gotta learn a little bit of nuances and reflexes for him. And that might be good for me as well, because if I learn how to be a good Genji, then I could be a big threat. That'd be good. Because my, let's see here, I want to be generally good with everyone, and I think I am. I'm at about, I think I'm an A with Mei, I'm an A with Reinhardt, I'm an A with 76. I'm a C or a B with Lucio. Why I say that is because I'm pretty good with him. I'm not always good with the knockback, and I'm not always good with the wall riding. There's so much really good wall riding you can do with him, so I don't think I'm really great with him. When it comes to Symmetra, I think I'm at about a B with her. I can be really good at aggression. I'm not the best at turret placement, and I'm not the best at teleporter placement, so maybe I'm a C with her. Let's just go down the line, just talking Overwatch really quick. Let's see, Genji, I'm definitely a D or a C with Genji. I can do alright with Genji. McCree, I feel like I'm a C or a B right now. If I want to be an A, I gotta be very accurate with his left click. I'm not really. Farah, I'm not really good with her knockback. Not great with her ult, but I can land those rockets. So I think I'm a C or a B with Farah. Who else is there? 76 is 76. Like, I feel like I'm a B or an A with him. I've been doing some really good work with him. I'm really enjoying him. But he is such a simple hero to play after all. Like, he's just a good beginner hero, so anyone can be a B or an A with him. Reaper, I think I'm at a B with him. I think I could be a little bit better with him, but I'm pretty solid with Reaper, and it's hard not to be solid with Reaper. It's just accuracy and placement with him. And then, Tracer. I'm a freaking D or an F. I suck at Tracer. Tracer can be amazing. I suck at her, so I gotta work on my Tracer play. Talk about supports. Symmetra, I already said like a B or a C. Lucio, a B or a C. Like, I know I'm not an A. A means you're just perfect. Like, we're not doing S ranks here. A means you're just really good at them. Like, you know how to do everything with them. I'm not an A. I'm definitely a B with Lucio. Mercy, I'm a C. I'm a solid C with Mercy. I know what to do. I'm not really good at hiding like Mercy can. I don't know how to scramble as well as Mercy can. A Mercy that can scramble, a Mercy that knows where to hide and stuff like that, that's an A Mercy. Anna, I'd say I'm a B. I really love Anna, but I need to learn to master her sleep shot. If you can master a sleep shot, you are an A. That thing makes her effective. Also just being very accurate, and because of her fast fire, you can be pretty accurate pretty well with her. What else is the support? Let's see here. Oh, Zenyatta, definitely a B with Zenyatta. Like, to be an A with Zenyatta, you have to be very good at being lethal with Zenyatta. And I'm kind of lethal with him, and I'm just good at healing with him. I know when to ult. But my problem is just landing those headshots with his attacks, especially his alternate fire. If you can master that, you're definitely in the A. And who's missing from what I mentioned here? No, I said everyone. Mercy, Symmetra, and... yeah, okay, I said them all. Tanks! Reinhardt, I'm an A. I know what the hell to do with Reinhardt. Winston, I'm about a B. To be an A, for me, I need to master his knockbacks with his ultimate. If I get really good at just planning out my attacks with his ultimate, I could do some work with that. I know I'm really good with shield placement, really good with jumps, really good with just attack with Winston. But attacking during ult, I think, is what I need to be an A with him. Zarya? I'm a solid B. I want to be an A with Zarya, because Zarya can do freaking work. I know where to put the bubbles, I know where to put on myself. To be an A with Zarya, it requires, for me, just better communication with teammates, so I know who to bubble and when to bubble. And also just landing my right click more often. And also landing my left click more often. Just mastering building up your bubble with Zarya is huge. I know when to heal with Zarya, I know when to bubble for the most part, but mastering the power that she can do is what makes you an A. And right now I'm a solid B with her. Not an A, definitely a B. Who else is there? Roadhog, it's all about the hooks, it's all about landing your left click. The frustrating thing is when you hook somebody and they pop up behind you, that is one thing that holds you back. You got a healing with him. I feel like I'm a B with him for sure. Maybe a low B, because I need to land those hooks more often. The hitbox on a hook is ridiculous, but you gotta be like almost perfect accuracy with that hook. You gotta be very good with the left click. And being able to do the right click at the right time is very important as well. Now a thing is that if you're just good enough, this might be the wrong way to think about it. Actually, it is the wrong way to think about it. Maybe you can't be good enough. If the person pops up behind you, that requires what? Ridiculous reflexes? I guess you need to have ridiculous reflexes, although they're supposed to be in front of you. It's really annoying when you assume they're supposed to be in a spot and they're not because of the tick box, not tick box, but tick in the game. It's a bit annoying. Even if you react fast enough, you might still get beat. That's an annoying thing right there, but Roadhog is a pretty solid one. I got a B on that one. And, who else is a tank here? Oh, D.Va. C. I'm a C with D.Va. Jinx is a freaking A with D.Va. Jinx is amazing at D.Va. And to master D.Va, I need to be able to defense matrix quickly at the right times, know how to do my ult better, know the optimal range for D.Va. Like, in their face is a good range for her, but you can be a little bit off their face and still do really good damage. And just do my boosters at the right time, be more effective with that. Those are all things I could do better, so I'm definitely a C at D.Va. As far as defense goes, I'm a solid B with Junkrat. To be an A with Junkrat, I just have to miss less. That's the real thing. But of course, you can just spam and not care as well, so there's that. But I feel like I'm a solid B with Junkrat, really close to an A with him. May, I'm a freaking A. I'm an A with May. I know what the hell I'm doing with her. Bastion? I only have like 30 minutes to play with Bastion, but he's not really someone I'm worried about being able to master. Just from playing a little bit, I'd say I could be a B if I want. I'm probably a C just because I don't play him enough. I think to be an A with Bastion is being able to be just really good at fighting in sentry mode, but also being able to do rocket jumps with your turret. I think that's important. Not turret, with your tank mode. That probably puts you up in the A, but Bastion's just such a simple hero. I don't even consider anything with that. Hanzo and Widowmaker. Widowmaker, I'm somewhere between C and B. I want to be an A at Widowmaker. I love snipers. Hanzo, same thing. I'm probably at a B because I've gotten really good at his mark arrow and at his scatter arrow. I'm getting really good at those. But I know I'm not an A because I can't land those long distance arrow shots. If you can land those long distance arrow shots, you're in the A category because those are impressive shots. I know I'm the B because I can be pretty competent close to mid range, but it's the long range is where I fall short. Like, I'm talking like the really far shots. Like, I can do some long range kills, but the ones that require the third dot, those are the ones where I need to learn how to master that. And it's because I play every hero very often, is that I don't have enough experience in anything to be super good at them besides the ones I really like. Or the ones I feel are just way too necessary. Like Reinhardt, every time it's payload, I'm going to be Reinhardt if someone else does not go tank, because Reinhardt is just too good at that. I go Mei for control because she can stall for freaking ever, so that's why I have a lot of time with them. Lucio is my go-to support. Maybe Ana now because I like Ana so much, but Lucio is usually my go-to support because you can do a lot of healing without really coordinating all that much, especially when playing with randoms. Ana I like a lot, but I feel like she's good as a secondary healer, not as a primary healer. And I really like Symmetra. And then as far as attack goes, Reaper can do work on payload. He can do work on certain points as well. He's just really good at just wrecking the enemy. Pharah I'm really liking. There's certain heroes I'm very much stronger with, but in the most part I feel like I'm good with most of the heroes in the game. Like, the vast majority I'm really good at them, since you've heard all my lettering for my grades with all these heroes. I feel like I'm a B with the majority of the heroes in this game. Nearly all of them, but I do know the ones where I'm really bad at, and that's Genji and Tracer and D.Va. Those are the three that I feel like I'm just bad at. Also Mercy, bad at Mercy. Those four are the heroes I'm bad at. Everyone else I feel like I am competent or pretty damn good at. That's enough about Overwatch though. Doom's almost done. Doom is such a fun game. It's very samey, I know, but it's just a fun game to play. Oh my god, I really enjoyed Doom. Doom is true to itself. Doom is being Doom. That's what I like about Doom. They didn't try to do anything. They gave you Doom, but they did a lot of new things with it as well, which is really awesome. But they didn't try to just completely change what it is, which is what I like about it. Wolfenstein, on the other hand, did change a lot about what it was. Wolfenstein completely changed what it was, had some familiar stuff to it, but it was very different, but it worked. It was very good, very impressive. Good job, Wolfenstein there. Hitman bonus episodes from the summer. These are pretty good. If there is only one episode to watch of Hitman, which you should watch them all anyway because they're very entertaining, it's gonna be the last one. The House Built in Sand, the third episode of that one, I think we're calling episode 5, I think. Or 6. That one is amazing because of certain things that happen in it. If you want some good surprises, that's the one to watch. That one has some good surprises. Oh man, that's a good one, so you gotta watch that one. Other stuff. Oh yeah, I did the one shot for Abzu. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. The game is effing beautiful, from the art director of Journey. Beautiful ass game. Holy crap. One shot for Fury just came out today. I have mixed feelings about that game. It looks nice. I feel it's all style, no substance. That's how I feel about Fury. Unfortunately, some people really like the game. It's okay. For me, it was okay. I actually found the game pretty boring, unfortunately. It's visually impressive, but mechanically tight, gameplay boring. That's how I felt about it. What else is there? More one-shots coming in the future. Oh, next week, Batman Telltale series, we're going to do it. We're about a week late behind everyone else. And there's a thing at some point we gotta try to do, I suppose, is making LPs right when they come out. And that is just something that's not easy for us to do because, well, Jinx has school and I have school and stuff like that. It's not easy to do, and then eventually Jinx will have a job, I'm gonna have a job. But it's something I'd like to try to do eventually, is be right on the pulse, release on release date. And we most likely will hopefully be able to do that with Mankind Divided, with Square Enix, because we're trying to get a review copy of the game, and if we can, then we can release on the day of. That would be huge. I'm trying to do the same thing for the Turing Test, which is another game coming out of Square Enix, coming out of the Collective. It is visually impressive. It is in the vein of Portal and Talos Principle, and I really want to LP that game. Now, if you like Talos Principle, this will be for you. If you didn't like Talos Principle, give it a chance at least. That's how I feel. I think that is all the content. Yeah, more guys for Overwatch. You might be noticing our view numbers. Yeah, our viewer numbers, our views are falling down, our subs are falling down, and that's because of the transition we've made. We made a name for ourselves in Smite for so long that when you break away, you're going to lose people, and that's what's going to happen. That's what has happened. I tried going back to Smite, and I just can't. I look at the patch notes for Smite, I look how they're balancing the thing, I just know it's just not worth playing anymore. It's not my game anymore. It's not very fun to me. I just don't enjoy it anymore. And freaking, I was surprised when I heard about it. Lassus is done. He retired from Smite. He uninstalled the game. He's gone. One of the longest time people. Like, he was around like 1 or 2 months longer than me, and he's done with it. Surprised to hear that. That'd be there like for freaking ever. But no, nothing will last forever. And I don't know what Lassus is doing next, but that's all done for him. I don't know what he's doing after that. That's an end of an era with Lassus. And for me, yeah. It's not good to speak ill of your past, but I just never felt like, or I still don't feel like, and because I am still in contact with content creators for Smite, it never feels like Hi-Rez really cares about their content creators, or even their streamers for the most part. Like, once they got popular enough, they just didn't care anymore. They cared about content creators and streamers around the beginning to drum up promotion and everything, but once they got popular enough, they just stopped caring. They really did, and it's very unfortunate, and it's something that I've always been frustrated with, and I see a lot of content creators being frustrated with it too. They only hire like the top to do anything for them. Like, they got Shillaru now. They hired Nevercake, and like they only take like certain ones. It's not about hiring, but also just promoting and really just featuring some of the great stuff they've had. There has been some amazing people creating content for Smite that have never been recognized, or only been recognized once. And it's all thanks to, like, Andy and Kelly. Like, it's really thanks to them that anyone gets recognized. And Andy's the only one there now with his crew, and they're all really nice and cool. And they try to feature things, but there's just not enough. There's not enough there. There's not enough heart from Smite, I feel. Overwatch, I'm liking what they're doing. They're doing, like, weekly highlights of just people in the community. I like that. They're featuring YouTube people, Twitch people. They're featuring art. They're featuring music. They're featuring so many things. I like that about Overwatch. Even if we never get popular enough to get into that community ever, I really like what they've been doing there, because they actually promote their people. I like that a lot. I very much am a fan of that. And I'd like to break in, but you know how we are. We're not very strong at promoting ourselves. We're not very strong at just getting out there. And it's something we have to work on, especially me, since I'm the face of it all. And I don't know. Like, we're still working on just being really good at the same time. And I feel like we are. Feel like we are getting better. We definitely are. We got more things. We bought a cam. It's a really nice cam for unboxings, because we're going to do a couple in the future. We're going to do another one. I think we're going to do loot gaming next instead of the regular loot crate. I think that's what we're going to go for next. There's also going to be a snack box in the future. I'll probably vlog more about that snack box when it comes closer to happening. I think it's almost here, actually. But, yeah, you see we're doing more cam stuff a little bit. And we're really just grinding it out. We're making so many videos. We're doing so many things because, well, we want to get better, and the only way to get better is by doing it. And then we can see where we sucked, and we can do better next time and stuff like that. And just learn. Like, there's a lot to learn from the unboxing. There's a lot to learn from the Comic-Con vlogs. There's a lot to learn from a lot of things. We just got to learn and get better. That's what we're doing, getting better. The goal is just to get better and better and better and better. And hopefully, people like us in the end, and a lot of people like us, so that we can explode and this becomes our job and we can just do more. Vlogs on this distance. Okay, there's a little bit more on the footage, I know. And so there's no big thing to talk about. What happened? The Rios happened, the Rio Olympics are happening, and that's a hilarious disaster to watch. Like, a lot of the behind the scenes disasters are just like, oh my god, and just oh dear, oh dearie dear, just all that stuff. And some of the opening stuff, like, yeah, some was cool, some was like, I don't know. I just like how Brazil's like, no, the Wright brothers did not come up with a plane. We did 3 years later. It was us. We did it. Dude did it in France. We don't believe you, America. Like, okay. Alright. The rest of the aerospace world acknowledges it, but okay, Brazil. Just take that one. We'll let you have that one because you're going bankrupt. Why not? And that's some sour grapes I just used right there. I hope Brazil doesn't go bankrupt, but what the hell's going on over there? You hear so much behind-the-scenes stuff about the poverty and just how they're close to bankruptcy, and the Zika virus, and the freaking, just the water problem. They're advising the water people to not put their head underwater. There's so much trash in the water. There's so many bad things going on there. Zika alone is the one thing that scares me. As a biologist, I'm scared of that one. Like, the World Health Organization is like, don't go. Don't go. And they went. Like, a bunch of the big sports people did not go down to the Olympics because why would they? There's so many bad things going on down there. And people are like, is this going to be better than Sochi? Because Sochi was a disaster. And, like, it probably will not be because Zika virus alone is the thing that scares me. That's not good. Really worried about that one because that could spread pretty bad. Maybe the wrong way to put it, just because it requires mosquitoes. So, yeah, let me talk about this. Zika virus, it comes from a specific kind of mosquito, and they don't really branch out that far. But if mosquitoes somehow were to hang out with whatever, go to different countries, find a good environment for them, and then grow out, that could be really bad. Like, Zika virus is mostly a South American thing, and it's in, I don't think it's Miami, it's somewhere in Florida, because it's got the right temperature for it. But you get, South America has a lot of Zika because it's just the right temperature for these mosquitoes, and so is Florida. And I'm not sure if California is, but I would assume it might be the right environment as well. And certain places in Europe may be and may not be a place. But at the same time, because they went to Brazil, even if they don't bring the mosquitoes with them, they still have the virus on them, the Zika virus. And that could lead to just, microencephaly for their babies. And that is just babies being born with abnormally small heads, which is not good for development, of course. And that's just a whole big thing going on over there with that. And just, if that becomes a world spread thing, that could be really bad, essentially. That's the worry there when it comes to the Zika virus, is people are going specifically to a place where something is very rampant, and that's just not good. But it is possible for things to be okay. Mosquito nets, the fact that mosquitoes should not be able to spread. The thing is that I don't remember right now off the top of my head, because it's off the top of my head, is I think it's only mosquito spread. If it can be spread between humans, then we're effed. That's the one detail I can't remember off the top of my head. And you know what? I'm going to pause this and double check. Well, that's unexpected. I didn't see that coming. Zika virus is a blood thing, so this makes perfect sense. Blood. Okay, so mother to child, microencephaly, yes, makes sense. Since it's blood-wise, it is through mosquitoes. So there's a specific mosquito that's been spreading it. The question is whether or not other mosquitoes can. That I am not really clear on. If other mosquitoes can, oh god. Besides that is sexually. It can be transmitted sexually because, well, fluids are involved in sex. So you can spread the Zika that way. So it's kind of an STD, but not exactly an STD. It's an STD in the way that HIV is an STD like that, because it's blood. So that's something to worry about. And that's Zika. Funny thing, another funny fact about the Rio Olympics. Some people don't have fully functioning rooms. Like, they have wire beds. There's not even actual bedding yet. They don't have actual working bathrooms or kitchens or sinks or anything. Every athlete was given 42 condoms. They'd be there for 21 days. That means they expect these athletes to bang 2 times a day. Alright. Damn. Alright. I'm in the wrong line of work. I should have become an Olympian, apparently. Alright, yeah, Olympics. May it go well, but probably will not, and I hope to God we're not all screwed because of it. One more subject to go over. I'm going to go over a scientific subject really quick here, and that is the subject of chimeras. Not just that, but the concept of human limitation. The one thing I've noticed about as a scientist in humanity is we like to take things to limits. We've always taken things to limits in every way. Technologically, humanistically, spiritually, everything. We take everything to the limit. That's what we do. It is just a thing we do. You get a car, you make it fast, we make it faster. We make it faster, we make it even faster, we make it even faster. We find other ways to power it. We push the limits of speed. When we can't make a car any faster, well, we got like planes. We make jets and make those jets even faster. Just really fast-ass jets. Boats, sails. What was it? You got boats, you got paddles, sails, engines, whatever the hell else we do with boats, because I don't really know boats. Like, we take everything from one level to a further level. We keep pushing the limits, trying to just break the barriers that hold us down. And we try to become just more of something. And we do that in everything. In science, we're starting to play God. We're getting really close to playing God, which is something I did not think we would do. But at this point in my life, we might actually do this. We might actually start playing God here. Which I don't know. I did not consider playing God when we did this to plants, but because we've been messing with plants for a long time, we've done grafting of plants for centuries. For centuries, maybe even millennia. For maybe millennia, we have done stuff to plants to create new plants. We have played God with plants forever. We've done the same thing with animals. That's how you have a dog. Like, we've done these animal mixes and done these breeds. That's how you have the silver fox study, which is proof of what you can do, what we did with wolves. We made dogs out of them. These are things you can do. But that was through breeding. That was through grafting. Recently, in the last 10 years, we've been doing biotechnology, which is something I was getting into before things happened to me. But we've been just putting genes of one thing into another thing. We've been putting genes of animals into plants. And what that's done is it's made the plants better in different ways, because we just take something good from one animal and put it in a plant, and it's just able to survive. We take a gene from a fish, put it in a strawberry. The strawberry is now able to handle colder temperatures because of that fish gene. People call it fishy strawberries. It doesn't affect the taste, for God's sakes. All it affects is the ability to survive. This is something we have done from animals to plants, or plants to plants. And a little bit the experimentation has gone on to animals, where we've done things to animals. We have made a glow-in-the-dark animal. I say we as humanity, we have done this. The scientist world has done this. We have made a glow-in-the-dark mouse. This was done in Taiwan, if I remember correctly. We have done things. And now... wait. One of the things the science world has agreed on is that we will not affect the germline. The germline is we will not mess with embryos. That has been the thing. We will not mess with embryos. We will not try to do designer babies, which is the word everyone likes to use. We will not try to do that. We will not do it. Last year, we did it, and that was a woman was allowed to examine embryos, like abortion embryos. It's something like this, where she was allowed to look at stuff that's being thrown away anyway, so that she can study these things. So she's trying to study life before life, kind of, is the way it goes. And she's been allowed to do it. And that's been happening. But what's happening now recently is, I think it's the WHO or a different group, they are They did a moratorium on funding of chimeras. Now they are going to allow funding of chimeras. People just have to front the money for it. Chimeras are this. It is animal embryos mixed with human stem cells or it's stem cells. It's stem cells mixed with human stem cells. Chimeras, mice with mice with human DNA, pigs with human DNA, sheep with human DNA. Chimeras. They are currently looking for funding. They're being allowed to be funded at this point. The goal of these chimeras is to make organs. That's the big goal, is to make human organs through animals, so that we can just take them out of the animals. We can grow them in the animals, take them out of the animals, and put them in humans. That is the goal that they say. But they've talked about hearts, liver, kidney, just all these different human organs. They've also, someone said, maybe the brain. And this is where things get a bit iffy. Human consciousness, a human brain in an animal. This has been suggested. And that can be a bit alarming. Like, for me, as a scientist, I'm like, shit, no, are you kidding me? Shit, a human brain in an animal? I don't want to say we're playing God, but we're playing God right here if we do that. Like, the idea is, you put a brain in an animal, we can study Alzheimer's and this and that, but it's like, we already do that with animal testing already, but you want to do a human brain for it? That's an iffy subject. Now, you can talk about animal testing. We've done animal testing for maybe 1 or 2 centuries. We've been doing it forever at this point, and it is a thing we do. Humans use animals for everything. We use them for our food. We use them as work tools. We use them for testing. We use animals for a lot of things. They are our friend, but they are also something that we have used. Animals have been friend and tool to humanity for a very long time. And we use them to save human lives, or to just better the environment, or better the world. That's what we have done. And there are humans who are also willing to put their bodies on the line for the future, but not everyone is, of course, and animals don't really have a choice now, do they? Well, that is a thing we have done. That is a necessary evil, is what we call it in science. It's just, we need to test on something. So we test on mice. We have mice specifically bred genetically for certain testing. And that's the thing you need. You need something to be specifically, genetically, some way, so that when you test on it, you know the genetics of it, and you know exactly that, so that you know that this is a consistent thing every time. Because science is about having everything be the same thing except one detail. So you know you change that. So any new results comes from that change. That's what science does. It's trial and error, but by only changing one thing at a time. If you change 2 things, now you got to check what happened with both those. And it's all about just process of elimination. And that's why we had these animals bred specifically for these things. And the reason why PETA and Greenpeace, not Greenpeace, but PETA and those groups are just, no, stop doing that when it comes to freeing animals. When you free a test animal, they're just going to die in the street because they're not bred to survive in nature. All you're doing is getting them to die a cruel death. Because in science, we do the tests on them and then we put them down, as you put humanely, because it's usually a chemical. You kill them chemically, or you kill them instantly. Death to animals in science is done instantly. That's the plan. You just take them out right there. And the way it was done when I was doing chemical defense work was with ketamine. We made them trip balls, so we OD'd them to death, and it was instant. That's what we did. But chimeras, freaking chimeras. If we're willing to do chimeras, I don't know. The reason why I'm kind of like, I get this area of study, because if we can grow organs in animals, then there we go. We got organs. We got organs right there. Organ farming. There you go. We don't have to worry about that. But it's not the only way. It's not the only way science has been doing things. Science has been pushing the limits in everything. We're talking also about bioengineering. We're also talking about bioengineering is more in the way of mechanics, so prosthetics. Bioengineering is really more in the prosthetic area. So we're talking about like just mechanical hands for people who don't have hands. And that's getting worked on, and it's making progress. There's that little girl with a mechanical hand, and that is pretty interesting. It's a very interesting subject to see there, and that's something we just hope to see developed is basically cybernetics. That would be a good direction to go as well. We see all the fears of that as well, is just people who are just better than others because they're cybernetics. And that's still a far way away, but that is something you can worry about eventually, I suppose. But allowing amputees to be able to just live normal lives would be great. Allowing people who are just born without hands or arms, hands or legs, like, that'd be great, allowing them to have the motion of everyone else. That would be awesome for them. And there's not just that, there's also more in biotechnology, and that is scaffolding, is the way I'll put it. And that is, and it's very costly though, we have the ability, it's been done, we have the ability to make hearts using human, human, what's the word here, cells. We have the ability to make a heart. It's very complicated though. You make this scaffolding, and you drip the cells, I can't remember which cells they are right now. You drip the cells onto the scaffolding, and eventually it'll come together and make a human heart. Like, you make this framework for a heart, you grow the cells on it, and it's a freaking heart. It is something we have done. It is something we're still working on. Artificial hearts. Like, this is huge. That's a whole different field. There are some different fields doing things to make us better. Not all of them involve animals. But we do every avenue. We push limits in everything because we just want to do more. We want to take things further. And it's not just a thing in science. It's something we also do socially. It's something we do in all these different ways. Like, just the limits we have taken everything. Just pushing technology as far as we've taken it, and the further we're going to take it. We take technology just so damn far. We take, like I've said already, science with genetics, and even chemistry. We're just even coming up with just new things there. I wish we would push space further, but space is a costly thing. And we just, even socially, we push things. Like, you push just racial things, where there is a lot of blowback as well that's been happening, but there's also just racial, where we're getting rid of racial divides in a lot of places, where people are there's just more cultural mixing. That's something happening as well. You also go over sexuality. We have people who identify as gay, or as straight, or as bisexual, and then a bajillion other sexualities are out there. Like, we're seeing a lot of that these days. You look at the internet, you see that a lot. And the same thing goes for gender. We see people exploring not just male, female, but they call themselves gender fluid, or all these other things, a lot of different terms and words. And so everyone's just going in so many directions. We're pushing things further and farther in how we understand ourselves, how we understand the world, how we understand the past, the future, just everything. Oh my God, there's a technology that has been worked on. I can't remember how they do it right now, but they're able to examine something while it's still, like, they're able to examine a scroll while it's still rolled up. Because they're scared of, if they unravel the scroll, they'll unravel the scroll. Like, if they try to open it up, it just might fall apart. So they keep it intact, and there's a way to scan it. Somehow, I don't know how the fudge they do this thing. I have to look this up later. But they're able to scan a document. Like, even a book, they're able to scan it while it's closed, and it can go through every layer. And you can see the pages without opening the book. That is a thing we are capable of doing right now. That is a thing that allows us to read the past without accidentally destroying it. That is freaking huge. We push things further than we could have ever imagined every day, and it's amazing. And it's humans doing that. It's just cool. It's just great what we do. And I have talked long enough. I am well beyond how much footage we had for Overwatch. So right there is the vlog. Had fun talking and all this stuff. Let's see, next week. More talking next week. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. There will be a special birthday vlog on my birthday, though, and that's going to be a different kind of vlog. I've been hyping it up for a while. It's not something I mean to hype up, but it's a thing. And I just keep reminding myself it's coming, I guess. And yeah. So there you go. That right there is the vlog. Hope you found the science stuff fascinating. And maybe some of you might find it alarming. And yeah, chimeras. Holy shit. Wow, how long is it before we consider doing it the other way and just putting animals in humans? That is a thing, because, some people are, they like animals. But you can't, okay, just real quick, any animal stuff for you and me alive right now, that would be purely cosmetic. You'd have to have someone, like, add things to you, graft things to you, or cut things out of you to make you an animal-like. Whereas for the future, if we do really play God, we could specifically get genes for whatever the hell we want. And I don't know how well that would work, because that would require a lot of testing. And who wants to have their baby be the test subject? But yeah, that is something well within the realm, but I don't know what the hell we would do with that. That would be purely cosmetic. I don't think it would be scientifically worth it, unless we found a gene in some sort of animal species that could save us from some coming plague in the future, or whatever reason. Maybe we could do that. But there's also other directions we can go. Cybernetics, of course, or just other things with technology. Maybe we do the Matrix. There's so many things we could do, so many directions we could go, some directions we don't even know exist yet. That's the thing about science. That's what I miss about science. I miss being there. I miss being on the edge. I miss being on the precipice of our future. I really miss that a lot. And it saddens me I'll never be there again. But that right there is the vlog. I had fun talking, had fun listening and watching the Overwatch footage, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.